Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'll be checking Chernobylite on Xbox Series X. This game just received a next-gen patch, or should I really say this gen patch. So it's finally Xbox Series and PlayStation 5 enhanced game. The game was released last year, I think, and now we've got that update, so the game is actually running much better on these current gen consoles. So before I load the game and show you the gameplay, let's check the settings. So if we go to video options, there's two options: resolution and performance mode. Now performance mode offers 1080p 60 frames per second, resolution mode 4K 30, and apparently it has ray tracing as well. So let's give resolution mode a try first, and then let's see how the performance is going to behave as well. Now the bad thing about this, not really a bad thing, but switching between performance and resolution mode actually, you have to load the game again, so that's a bit of a bummer because you have to really go back to the main menu and then load the game again, so it's not instantaneous, if you know what I mean. So there you go, like Chernobylite in 4K. The game looks pretty good now. Now I'm not really sure about the ray tracing, not sure what they actually using ray tracing for, whether that's for shadows or ambient occlusion, I have no idea. But the game looks good. This is last gen game, of course, just enhanced for current gen consoles. So don't expect anything, major in terms of graphics. But the game looks nice. The game is clean. This is the very beginning of the game, so I'm not going to be spoiling anything for you, really. So you actually got into this kind of wormhole sort of a thing, really. So yeah, you have to go through this kind of like weird environment. I actually like this game. I didn't play much of this game yet because I was waiting for the update, but now with the 60 frames per second, now obviously in 4K it's still 30, you can see that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's cool that the game is sharp and it's very clean now. I like the graphics and everything, but 30 frames per second is just 30 frames per second just don't feel right. So yeah, when it comes to the reflections, maybe reflections, but these don't look like real reflections, really, ray trace reflections. Otherwise I would see myself in it. There's a portal here. So before I move to the portal, anyway, so I moved into the portal. So now let's do the trick. Let's switch to performance mode and see how the game is going to look and play like. So that's day one Chernobyl. So let's play this for a bit in 30 frames per second, but it's rather dark. You won't really see much, but the graphics looks very good. Everything is nice and crisp, and as always. So anyway, let's go back to options, and actually, you have to return to menu, otherwise you won't. There's no performance resolution option when you are in the actual game. So switch to performance mode, apply, exit, and let's load the very same. I think that was this one, the very same level, just to compare. Loading speeds seem to be a bit faster. Okay, so now it's nice and smooth, 60 frames per second, and yeah, it actually, of course the game is going to be a bit more blurry, but it actually looks good. It's blurry, but here's the thing I don't necessarily like about 1080p games a lot sometimes, is that there's like image shimmering like on the edges and stuff, like, but you actually look at the edges of the objects, you don't really see that. So whatever type of anti-aliasing they are using, it's actually doing a very good job. The game is very clean, and yeah, it's blurry a little bit, but nothing major. You know what, let's disable motion blur. Actually it's off. Okay, let's turn it on then and see how that goes. Yeah, motion blur is terrible. Okay, let's disable it. Yeah, much better. So guys, like, the game is actually still looking good. It's a bit more blurry, of course, but other than that, the game looks very good, and I think it's the resolution drop is actually a price worth paying. Well, okay, so I'm actually noticing a little bit of a shimmering on the edges, as you can see up there, but it's just a little bit, nothing really major. So for me, 1080p 60 frames per second, that's going to be the resolution I'll be playing at. I know that I'm losing a little bit of clarity, I'm losing a little bit of sharpness, a little bit of details and stuff, but guys, like, this game is actually worth playing. I mean, any game is worth playing at 60 frames per second, even at a lower resolution. But I'm surprised that it's only 1080p. Maybe it's not, but I think it is, because I remember the tweet from developers from like 2 or 3 days ago, and they pretty much did confirm that this is a 1080p 60. So it's kind of weird. So I don't think this is like a fully next-gen optimized game, because otherwise we would get much better, much higher resolution, in my opinion. Really, these art. Yeah, but even in 1080p, the game still looks good. What was that? Yeah, the game is actually dark and mysterious. There's this thing going on there, like these rifts, I guess we can call them, and these anomalies, and you have to figure it out. You know what? It's a very good, very well made 1080p game. I can tell you that, because, it looks really clean for a 1080p game. Looks good. Okay, I need to use that then. Of course, this is not like a proper next-gen game, so don't expect like a next-gen visuals. It's just more about like enhancing the performance and graphics a little bit. And I'm not even sure if they enhance the graphics, although they did say in the tweet from 2 or 3 days ago that they did improve graphics a little bit, but it's hard to say. Yeah, so this is a survival kind of game, so it's very important that you gather resources, and because you have to keep yourself alive, you have to eat, use medicines. Food rations. Yeah, there's some plants over here. You can make medicines of them. Perhaps. Let's have a look. There's a bonfire over here. So let's prepare some medicines and start crafting. There we go. Okay. That should do it. You know what? It's a pretty good looking game, I must say. I know that, like, you know, 4K would be much sharper, especially in these games that you've got like over here, like a lot of small details like leaves and stuff. These kind of in 1080p you lose a lot of these small details. But I still don't think that having 4K in 30 is not worth it. Like, you know, I love 4K, don't get me wrong. Like, having higher resolution always helps, but 60 frames per second is a must, is always a must.
Hands where I can see them. What's the
Ooh.
password? Igor? Damn it. Nostalgia. It's nostalgia. It was your idea, goddammit. Come on in. Igor, you're a bit of a handyman, right? Take a look around and see if any of this crap is useful.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of crafting here and there. How do I disable it? Yeah, there's a lot of scrap over here. Let's make it a nice clean place, I guess. It reminds me of Fallout 4 a little bit, where you have to, like, you know, gather scrap and then do something out of it. I wonder what's up there. Assign missions. Okay, so before I head on a mission, okay, let's rebuild that base then. Looks like I don't have enough resources to build these things. Sleeping place. scrap. There's more, I think. There we go. Why would you need herbs to build a mattress, a sleeping bag? That's kind of makes no sense. I think I need to go out and find some resources. Not this way. Where's the exit? I think it was here. I did notice a little bit of a stuttering. No, I can't go this way then. Yeah, I'm not really sure what these starters are all about. Projector.
Tell me you're not going straight back to the power plant. Because if you want to commit suicide, there are easier ways. We're outnumbered, outgunned,
Yeah.
I'm glad you're see this board, figure out how every piece for somewhere to... No one and use. Then you're all
Oh,
set.
I've got a gun now.
I have faith
That's
in
cool.
you, Igor.
Okay, guys, so listen. That's the game. It works really, really well. I did notice these weird stutters around this base. So I'm not sure what this is all about. Yeah, like these weird stutters. I did notice these during the gameplay in the forest. So I'm not sure what's that all about, but anyway. The game actually looks good in 1080p, but and it's 64K. Obviously, it looks much better, but it's 30. So give this game a try if you like you know, these dark survival kind of games. I've been enjoying this game so far. Haven't really played much of this game just yet, but now with 60 frames per second patch, I can dive in deeper into the story and stuff. So guys, that's the video. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for support. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.